Hello everyone, this is Payal Vaja. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will discuss about quality risk management part 2. So let's get started. These are the list of content we will discuss in this video. First one is risk management methodology, Annexure 1. In Annexure 1, risk management methods as well as risk management tools. Second one is integration of quality risk management into industry and regulatory operations. And Annexure 2 included that potential application for quality risk management. So let's get started. First one, risk management methodology according to Annexure 1. Basic risk management facilitation methods. Various types of risk management methods are available according to Annexure 1. We will discuss one by one. First one is flowcharts, check sheets, etc. So by drawing flowchart, check sheets, we perform or we analyze risk management by flowcharts and check sheets. Next one is second method to identify risk. Failure mode effects analysis, that are also called as FMEA, that is the short form of failure mode effects analysis. Second one is failure mode effects and criticality analysis, that are also called as FMECA, that is the short form of failure mode effects and criticality analysis. Next one is fault tree analysis, that are also called as FTA. That is regarding risk management methodology. First one is risk management facilitation methods. First one is risk management methodology is flowchart and check sheets. Second one is risk management identified by failure mode effects analysis. Next one is risk management identified by failure mode effects and criticality analysis. And last one is risk management evaluation or identified by fault tree analysis. Next one is hazard analysis and critical control points, that are also called as HACCP. Next one is hazard operability analysis, that are also called as HSZOP. Next one is preliminary hazard analysis, that are called as PHA. Next one is risk ranking and filtering, that are also, and last one is supporting statistical tools. So we will discuss all risk management methods turn by turn. Risk management methods and tools. We already discussed various type of methods. We list out all the risk management methods. What is the tools? The purpose of this annexure is to provide a general overview of and reference for some of primary tools that might be used in quality risk management by industry and regulators. That means in risk management methods and tools, purpose of this annexure is to provide a general overview. So this type of annexure 1, risk management annexure 1, provide general overview and reference for some of the primary tools that might be used particularly for quality maintenance. So that might be used in quality risk management by industry as well as regulators. That is regarding risk management tools. So what was the purpose of risk management tools? So purpose of this annexure is to provide general overview and reference for some of the primary tools that might be used to maintain quality for risk management by industry and regulators. Basic risk management facilitation methods. Various types of methods are used for risk management. So for basic risk management, which type of methods we will perform? Some of the simple techniques that are commonly used to structure risk management by organizing data and facilitating decision making that means some of the simple as well as basic techniques are commonly used to structure risk management. How these type of technique are used to structure the risk management? By organizing data as well as facilitating decision making. First one is basic risk management methods is by performing or by drawing flowcharts. Next one is by check sheets, by process mapping and causes and effect diagram that are also called as Ishikawa diagram or fishbone diagram. So what type of basic risk management methods? First one is by performing flowchart, by performing check sheets, by perform or drawing a mapping and by draw a various type of diagram. Various risk management methods are performed. Next one is failure mode effect analysis that are also called as FMEA. In failure mode effect analysis that can be used to prioritize risk and monitor the effectiveness of risk control activities. So what was the role of FMEA? So FMEA that can be used to prioritize risk and that also monitor effectiveness of various risk control activities. So FMEA maintain effectiveness of risk control activities. FMEA can be applied to equipment and facilities and might be used to analyze a manufacturing operation and its effect on product or process. So failure mode effect analysis that can be applied to various equipment and facilities and they might be used to analyze manufacturing operations and its effect on product. So why FMEA that can be applied to equipment and facilities? Because after application, they are used to analyze manufacturing operation by applying to on equipments and they are also used to analyze its effect on product by apply on facilities. That is regarding FMEA. So what was the summary? Failure mode effect analysis that can be used to prioritize risk and also useful for monitor risk control activity. And that can be applied to equipment and facilities. Why that can be applied on equipment and facilities? Because by applied on equipment that are used to analyze manufacturing operations and by applied on facilities that can be used to analyze effects on product or process. Next one is failure mode effects and criticality analysis that are also called as FMECA. FMECA application in the pharmaceutical industry should mostly be utilized for failure and risk associated with manufacturing process. However, it is not limited to this application. That means failure mode effect and criticality analysis application in the pharmaceutical industry should be utilized. What was the role of FMECA application in pharmaceutical industry? That can be particularly utilized for failure and risk that are already associated with manufacturing process. So FMECA application in pharmaceutical industry. What was the role of FMECA in pharmaceutical industry? So main role is that can be utilized for failure and risk associated during manufacturing process. The output of FMECA is a relative risk score for each failure mode and which is used to rank the modes on a relative risk basis. That means the output of what was the output of FMECA? So output of FMECA is a relative risk that is identified by score for each failure mode and which is used to rank the modes on a relative risk basis. So based on risk basis they are ranking. Next one is hazard analysis and critical control point that are also called as HACCP. So in hazard analysis and critical control point, conduct a hazard analysis and identify preventive measures for each step of the process. So in this method, according to their name, hazard analysis is conducted. Hazard or one type of toxic analytical study is conducted, and after conducting that type of hazard analysis, hazardous toxicity, identify preventive measures for each step of each and one process. After conducting hazard analysis and identify preventive measures for each step of process, determine critical control point. We already discussed what is the critical control point in lecture number 2. Establish critical limits and establish a system to monitor critical control point. So first step is conduct a hazard analysis. After conducting some type of toxic study or hazardous analytical study, identify preventive measures to prevent that type of toxicity and determine critical control point. After determining critical control point, establish critical limit. After establishing critical limits, establish one type of system that monitor critical control points. Establish a corrective action to be taken when monitoring indicates that the critical control points are not in a state of control. That means establish the corrective actions to be taken. When this type of actions to be established, when monitoring indicates that the critical control points are not in a state of control. When critical control points that are not in control, during that stage, establish corrective actions to be taken. So, when critical control points are not in control, during that time corrective actions are taken. establish system to verify that the HACCP system is working effectively and establish a record keeping system. That means establish one type of system that verify that HACCP system that is working effectively or not, and after that, if this system is working effectively, establish a record keeping system also. And HACCP might be used to identify and manage risk associated with physical, chemical and biological. So HACCP method that must be used to identify as well as manage the risks that are already associated with physical, chemical and biological. Next method is hazard operability analysis, that are also called as HAZOP. What is hazard operability analysis? HAZOP can be applied to manufacturing process including outsourced production and formulation as well as upstream suppliers, equipment and facilities for drug substances and drug products. That means hazard operability analysis, according to their name, hazard operability analysis. Hazard operability analysis that can be applied to manufacturing process including outsourced production, formulation as well as upstream suppliers, equipments and various facilities for drug substances and drug products. So hazard operability analysis that can be applied to various manufacturing process. Which type of manufacturing process? So including outsourced production, formulation as well as upstream suppliers, equipments and facilities for drug substance and drug product. So all the manufacturing process HACCP can be applied on all the manufacturing process. Next one is preliminary hazard analysis, that are also called as PHA. What is PHA? According to their name, preliminary test, preliminary hazard analysis. PHA might be useful when analyzing existing system or prioritizing hazards where circumstances prevent a more extensive technique from being used. That means, according to their name, perform preliminary hazard analysis method. PHA that might be used, in which case when analyzing as existing system or prioritizing hazards where circumstances that prevent a more extensive techniques from being used. That means PHA that must be particularly in that case when analyzing existing system or prioritizing hazards not working properly during that situation. PHA is performed to prevent more hazardous effect. Next one is fault tree analysis, that are also called as FTA. FTA can be used to establish the pathway to the root cause of the failure. So what is FTA? Fault tree analysis. So fault tree analysis that can be particularly used to establish pathway to root which causes of failure. So by performing FTA, identify fault and also identify reason behind the fault. Next one is risk ranking and filtering. So in risk ranking and filtering can be used to prioritize manufacturing sites for inspection or audit by regulators or industry. So risk ranking and filtering that can be used when that is used, so that can be used to prioritize manufacturing site for inspection by regulators or industry. So that is regarding risk ranking as well as filtering. What is the exact meaning of prioritize? Prioritize means designate or treat something as very much important, that are called as prioritize. So risk ranking and filtering can be particularly used to particularly used to prioritize, that means to treat something special or most important manufacturing sites for inspection by regulators or any industry. Primary risk evaluation, that is the flow chart. First one is primary risk evaluation. After that, primary risk evaluation, if it is acceptable, so it is directly go to the process stage. If primary risk evaluation method, in this method, if data is not acceptable, so risk reduction measures is required. After risk reduction measures, that is go to residual risk evaluation, and after risk evaluation, if it is acceptable, that are go for processing, but if it is not acceptable, they are further go to risk reduction measures. That is the flow chart of primary risk evaluation. First one is, we further discuss in primary risk evaluation. First one is accept. After accepting, if primary risk evaluation is accepted, so it is directly go through process. But if it is not accepted, that is go to risk reduction measure, and after that is go through residual risk evaluation, and residual risk evaluation, after it is risk is evaluated and it is acceptable, that is go to the process. But if it is not acceptable, that is further go to risk reduction measures. Next one is potential applications for quality risk management. First one, quality risk management is a part of integrated quality management documentation. So, what is the applications required for quality risk management, or what was the potential application for quality risk management? First one is quality risk management or QRM, that is a part of integrated quality management documentation. Quality risk management, that is a part of regulatory operations, inspection and assessment activity. So quality risk management, that is the part of integrated quality management documentation, that is also a part of regulatory operations, inspection as well as assessment activities. And quality risk management, that is also a part of one type of development, product development and quality risk management for facilities, equipments and utilities, design of facility or equipment. So, what was the application for quality risk management? First one is Quality risk management, that is the part of integrated quality management documentation. That means when you are performing integrated quality management and you are preparing a documents, during that time quality risk management is required. Second one is during regulatory operations, any inspection and assessment activity, quality risk management is performed or required. Next one is quality risk management, that is also a part of one type of product development. So quality is maintained during product development process. And last one is during facility maintenance, equipment operating conditions and utilities, quality risk management is required, is must. Quality risk management is a part of material management. It is also a part of production. Quality risk management is a part of laboratory control and stability studies. And quality risk management is a part of packing and labeling. That means quality risk management, that is also a part of material management. So during material management also quality is maintained. During production process quality is maintained, that is maintained properly. And quality risk management is also required during laboratory control as well as during stability study. And last one, quality is performed even during packaging and labeling. Next one is application for quality risk management. So what was the application for quality risk management? First one is potential applications for quality risk management according to Annexure 2. Quality risk management is a part of integrated quality management documentation. So, according to potential application for quality risk management, Annexure 2, quality risk management, that is a part of integrated quality management documentation, as well as they are also focuses on documentation, training and education, quality defects, auditing or inspection, periodic review, change management, change control and continual improvement. That means quality risk management, that is focuses on documentation as well as that are also focuses on one type of, if you are performing any training or education, in that case also quality is required. If quality defects is present or not, during auditing or inspection, during periodic review, quality is required, and change management or change control. And for continuous improvement, quality risk management should be performed. Next one is quality risk management is a part of regulatory operations. How it is possible or how it is said that, so quality risk management, that is the part of regulatory operations. So inspection and assessment activities assist with resource allocation, evaluate the significance, determine the appropriateness and type of post inspection, evaluate information submitted by industry including PD information, evaluate impact of proposed variations or changes and identify risks which should be communicated between inspectors and assessors to facilitate better. So, in quality risk management, one part is regulatory operation. In regulatory operation, inspection and assessment activities is performed. Assist with resource allocation as well as evaluate significance, determine appropriateness and type of post inspection, evaluate informed that are submitted by industry including personal department information as well as also evaluate impact of proposed variation or changes and identify risk which should be communicated between inspectors and assessors to facilitate better. NHUR 2. In NHUR 2, quality risk management, that is a part of development as well as reduce product and material defect. Last one is reduce manufacturing defect. So in NHUR 2, what was the role of quality risk management? First one is that is the part of development as well as that is also useful to reduce product and material defects, and last one is that is also useful to reduce any type of manufacturing defects. NHUR 2. In NHUR 2, quality risk management for facilities, equipment and utilities. So that is designed for facility, equipment, hygiene aspects in facilities, qualification of facility, equipments, utilities, cleaning of equipment and environmental control, calibration or preventive maintenance, computer system and computer controlled equipment. So in NHUR 2, quality risk management for facility, equipment and utilities. So in this stage, design of any facility or any equipments you are maintain. Also maintain hygienic condition during manufacturing process. Also cleaning is required. Calibration is required for any equipment. Computer system is required for quality risk management. Second one is quality risk management, that is a part of material management. So assessment and evaluation of suppliers and contract manufacturers, storage, logistics and distribution conditions, use of materials. That means quality risk management, that is a part of material management also. So material management is also required during quality risk management. So assessment as well as evaluation of supplier and manufacturer is required. Storage, assessment and evaluation supplier, manufacturer, storage, distribution condition and various type of materials which you are using, all are maintained properly to maintain quality. Next one is quality risk management, that is a part of production. So during production also quality is maintained. So include how it is maintained during production, include validation, in process sampling and testing and production planning. So quality is maintained during manufacturing. How it is possible? By validate any methods as well as in process sampling during manufacturing. Sampling is required. So take a one sample and that is transferred to analysis and check quality is maintained or not. Quality risk management, that is a part of laboratory control and also stability study. So that are also useful. Our quality is also maintained during laboratory studies as well as stability studies. Out of specifications, results, retest, periods or expiration date. Next one is quality risk management, that is also a part of packaging and labeling. So during packaging and labeling also quality is maintained, that is required. For any query or doubts related to topic, please write your questions in comment box. Thank you.